Well, we often hear that exercise and good nutrition are important, not just for physical health, but for your mental health as well. But what works best? The author of The Mental Health Prescription, Igor Klibanov, joins us now with more. This is a really cool book because it's like instead of a prescription for a mental health or an anti-anxiety, antidepressant pill, this is kind of like the exercise prescription.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very well acknowledged. I mean, when a doctor prescribes a medication, there's a lot of precision behind it. There's the name of the medication, the dosage, whether it should be taken with food or away from food, morning or evening. However, when somebody gets a recommendation to exercise, well, that's all they get. It's so vague. Exercise is good for you. But just as the doctor would not prescribe the same medication for different conditions, nor does it make sense to do the same type of exercise for different conditions. What's good for anxiety is not good for depression. And there are different parameters to exercise prescription. There is the type, cardio, strength training, stretching. Duration, how long, frequency, how many times per week, intensity, how hard. And again, it's not the same prescription for anxiety versus depression, hence the need for specificity in exercise prescription for different conditions.
Right. So what is the difference between if you have depression or if you have anxiety? So, for example, if you have depression, what should you be doing?
Great question. In terms of the differences, there's a lot of similarities, but one key difference, intensity. With anxiety, high intensity is very bad. With depression, it's good. It's going to make you better. With anxiety, it's going to make you worse.
And is that because the high anxiety or just the anxiety of having to perform at peak is with high intensity is so bad, right?
Partially. It's because partially is false expectations, expecting that you're going to beat your own record every single time.
Yes, yeah.
Also, it's for somebody who hasn't exercised in a long period of time or possibly ever in a regular structured program, high intensity is by nature difficult. It's hard. You're breathing hard.
It's intimidating.
It's intimidating. It's daunting. You're breathing hard. You're sweating. Your muscles are burning. And that's for somebody uncomfortable. For somebody who hasn't exercised in a long period of time, very uncomfortable. So they think, I'm going to exercise and it's going to make me feel worse, not better. Whereas with depression, the reason that high intensity is actually good is because we release endorphins once we cross a certain intensity threshold, which happens to be around 85% of our maximal heart rate. And so yes, it blocks physical pain, but it also blocks emotional pain. So we get temporary relief from depression as well.
Right. Is there a prescription in there as well for doing solitary exercise? So maybe something that you're doing just by yourself as opposed to maybe in a group class or with friends? Yeah,
it actually appears that with friends in group classes or with personal trainers, training partners, etc., it's actually more effective because you have somebody there cheering you up. And also one of the biggest issues with mental health problems when it comes to exercise is adherence. If you're accountable to only yourself, you could let yourself off the hook. However, if you're accountable to somebody else, you're way less likely to let them down than if you're just by yourself. So it is more effective with somebody else.
And what about strength training? Where does that come in?
Strength training appears to be about the same as cardio in terms of its effectiveness. They're both equally effective. There's certainly more research on cardio than strength training, but the preliminary research on strength training shows it's more effective. The key difference is this, though. What's considered high intensity in strength training is not the same as high intensity in cardio.
Right.
In cardio, high intensity is above 85% of the maximal heart rate. In strength training, it's 70% of your one repetition maximum. So that's the difference, and very, very key to keep that in mind.
Okay, so if people are watching this morning, where can they get the book?
They can get the book in chapters, Indigo, Amazon. They can also get a free PDF copy at my website, fitnesssolutionsplus.ca/mental health.
Okay, and we'll get all of that up on our website a little bit later this morning, chch.com. Igor, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me, Annette.